Shabbat Shalom, my name is Yannah of Yashar'al, and this is Producing Fruits Ministries. Today we're going to be studying the last 2 chapters of the book of Revelations. So if you would like to join our WhatsApp group, then send me an email at yannaofyasharal@gmail.com, okay? Feel free to participate in our icebreaker questions, which we are about to do first. And if you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button, okay? All right, let's go. Okay, y'all ready for these questions? Hello. All right, the first question, guys, is who was the first king of Yashar'al?
Saul.
Yep, good job, guys. Is it Shaul?
Shaul, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, but it's Saul. But I just trying to remember because that's not Paul. That makes no sense. Because Peter is Kepha.
They had the same name. They
both
Shaul.
Yeah. But I thought Paul was Paul. P-A-apostrophe-U-L. It's not? Maybe. Okay, sorry.
They was both Shaul, but in like when I read it from different versions, it never really changed to Paul, but that's kind of how it said, in the King James or whatever. But yeah.
Why? I want to know why. This is off topic. Why do they call oh no. So y'all know Jacob's name is Yaqub, but then they call James Yaqub, and I'm like, but
it's just like Judas. Like Judas is Yehuda. So yeah.
Huh.
You'll see that.
Weird.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Yeah.
I don't know about weird. Man. Okay, the next one is, how many shekels of silver did Abraham use to buy the field of Machpelah?
Was it 30? No.
I think that's how many shekels Judas got.
Oh, that was Judas. Sorry.
That's a tough one, right? This one is on extra hard mode. Okay, you want me to tell y'all?
Yeah.
400.
Yes, please.
Oh.
400.
400. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all got this one. How old was Yahusha when he decided to stay behind in Jerusalem?
12.
Good job. Very fast, guys. Okay, but can you get this one? Who took down Yahusha's body from the cross after the crucifixion? Yep. Good job. Joseph of Arimathea. I don't know if I said it right. Good job, guys. Yay. Okay. Last 2 chapters. Wait a minute. Yahuah, please bless us to understand whatever it is you want to reveal to us. Help us rest in you and know that you got us either way. You said you would finish what you started, but we ask that you give us revelation and understanding of your word. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, so be it.
So be it.
Okay, it's 21 and 22. Okay, I'll start it off. All right. And I saw a renewed heaven and a renewed earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, Yochanan, saw the holy city, renewed Yerushalayim, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her man. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahuah is with men, and he will tabernacle with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahuah, the Most High himself, shall be with them, and be their Yahuah. And Yahuah shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said to me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said to me, It is done. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. I will give to him that is athirst of the fountain of water of life freely. He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his Yahuah, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and that's nice, King. Oh, that's beautiful. The fearful, sorry, y'all. Yeah, the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And there came to me one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials full of the 7 last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come here, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's woman. And he carried me away in the Ruach to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Yahusha, descending out of heaven from Yahuah, having the glory of Yahuah, and her light was like to a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And he had, a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Yashar'al. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lies 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 stadion. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. Excuse me. And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, I think I said that right, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, I got that one, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprasus, the 11th a jacinth, the 12th an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Okay. Every several gates was of 1 pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for Yahuah, Yahuah of hosts, and the Lamb are the temple of it. Oh, wow. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it. For the glory of Yahuah did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light. Is the light thereof, and the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. Oh, okay, wow. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it, and there shall in no way enter into it anything that makes unclean, neither whatsoever works abomination, nor makes a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Whoo. That's it for that.
Oh, yay. Very good, very good, very good. Yay!
That's so cool. I had a moment when it said that there won't be a temple because Yahuah, Yahusha are the temple there. And it says he will himself dwell. And it tells us all the way, and I don't know if it was Genesis or Deuteronomy or Leviticus, but it says more than one time that Yahuah, I think, wants to dwell with us. Like, that's literally like what he wants to do, which is so amazing and beautiful because he is the creator. So he made us, and he's like, I love my people and I want to be with my people. So it's not like he just wants to murder and kill us. Not that he would murder anybody. It's not that he wants to kill us, because whoever he kills is for a purpose, totally righteous. But I think that's very sweet that he wants to tabernacle with us. Okay, go ahead, Mom.
Okay, I'm just riding off of what you just said, because he was heartbroken when the people were crying for a physical king. So yeah, he definitely wanted to be our king, and yeah. So yeah, he's gonna love that. So yeah.
But it says he's gonna be with us himself. Didn't I just read that?
Yeah.
Oh, Yannah, I just wanted to say something that just came to my mind. 40 days is very important in the Bible because Yahusha fasted for 40 days.
That's true.
And also, there was 40 days and 40 nights, something else that happened that was 40 days as well. But 40 days is important in the Bible.
That's
so the fact that you got told 4 days.
I'm going to pray on it more.
The fact that you got told 40 days is very interesting. It just occurred to me.
Yeah.
That just occurred to me anyway.
I'm gonna pray on it. Because last time I heard 61 days, and I was just like, that's not in the Bible.
Don't they throw numbers at you a lot, though?
They used to do it a lot, yeah. What you eating, Ingrid?
Yeah, mute your.
We're pouring it all.
Tortilla chips.
Oh.
She been had it off of mute the whole time. I was like, I hope she don't do no dishes and nothing.
I know she over there. I can hear everything. But yeah, I'm gonna pray on it, y'all. But I just know the feeling I had in the dream was just it wasn't a good feeling. And it almost felt like I was getting prepared I was about to do something I didn't want to do. But then, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna pray on it more. Any thoughts on in chapter 21? Okay, who had their hand up first? Because I looked down and then it was 2 hands. Okay, you go first.
Yochanan did.
Oh, he did?
Yochanan.
Okay, go ahead, Yochanan.
No, ladies first.
Oh, okay, ladies first. Go ahead.
The sea. What is the sea? At the end of the first verse, the sea. So I've been kind of trying to figure this out. It says there's not going to be any more sea, right?
Right.
And my first thought, which I think is wrong, but I'll share it anyway. My first thought, I went back to the flood, and I went back to Maria's kingdom, and all the evil that I think is probably going on underneath the sea, that unbeknownst to us, right? And then, so that was one thought. And then my next thought was the sea of people. All that diversity, all these different faiths and things, they'll be gone. The sea of humanity. is that the sea it's referring to?
Wow. That's a good question. Well,
didn't it say it would be glassed over?
Or are they both true? Are they both true? Right?
Which verse you talking about?
Oh.
Well, the sea was it was glassed over, I thought.
Wait a minute. It was the first. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Or are both true? Like that marine kingdom, that'll be gone.
Yeah.
And all the diversity as far as like the sea of humanity, you know, the this faith and that faith, and you know, these people believe this way. All that sea will be gone. We'll all be one. Are they both true? I couldn't figure out which one he was referring to.
I definitely know that he says, I will make all things new, right? Because after the fall happened, everything was just messed up. So he wants to make, you know, he can't, I guess, redo some things and then not other things. Everything just got to be, you know, everything that offends him is gone. Like everything, you know, and there clearly is some weird freaky stuff happening in the ocean that we don't know about, because there's no space up there. There's no outer space. Apparently it's in the ocean, which is freaky. So he also says at the end, 7 through 7 to 8, that he did, 8. He said, but the fearful, the unbelieving, and the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers, the idolaters, all liars shall have their part in the lake, and it burns with fire and brimstone, and this, which is the second death. So yeah, it could be both. There's definitely not going to be a need for the ocean, I guess. I don't know.
Plus he has doesn't he have some things like bound up in different places? Like I could totally see him getting rid of the sea if things are bound up.
Does it say stuff is bound up in there?
Well, aren't there 4 angels or 4 fallen angels in the sea?
Is it the Red Sea?
River.
Oh, that's in the river. Okay. Okay.
But
it's a river part of the sea.
The dark days as well.
Yeah, the sea flows into the river. The river flows into the sea. But yeah, I just think it's going to be a place where you can see it being a place where he's just keeping things bound also. I don't know.
And they hide a lot of things because we don't know the depths of the sea, right? They hide a lot of things in the water. Apparently there's some freaky stuff in there. Oh, you got the sirens. When we read in Enoch, we'll learn about how they have the sirens, which I didn't really know was real until I woke up. Yeah, there's some stuff in there.
The powers that be, as disrespectful and just know-it-all that they supposedly are, they've only explored less than 1% of the sea.
Yes.
So they know something's down there, right? Because they're all supposedly all up in space. Why aren't they down in the sea?
That's a very good question, Ingrid.
Google it. You'll see it's less than 1%.
Yeah, I heard that.
Why?
They try to say
you can't go but so far down without being crushed. Is that not true?
Yeah, it's too much pressure. How much? Y'all can't even go to the bottom of my 5-foot pool without my nose hurting.
But they can supposedly go. But maybe that just helps us understand their supposed moon trips, because they've supposedly been all up in space now, right? Well, why isn't there like the equivalent of NASA for the sea? Is this just a lie?
No, I'm sure there is.
It says less than 0.001%.
Right. Now, why aren't they trying to get down there?
They do all their training for NASA in the ocean.
They lie.
They do.
Yeah, I think they know more than what they tell us. And
I feel like it's more to do more than just that. The cover story would be that they can't explore any further kind of thing because you'll get crushed. But I feel like it's more than that. I feel like they've found things down there that might have scared them off too. But also, it might be linked to that show that I watched recently to do with what was it called? The war between between the earth and the sea or something like that. But yeah, but what they said in that show was they barred all of humanity from any kind of sea related activities. They weren't allowed to go in the sea. They weren't allowed to fly over the sea either. That was extreme, but yeah. I feel like there's some sort of bar for humanity in terms of how they're not allowed to go down there, kind of thing. That's what I feel like it is.
Y'all know it's illegal to talk to dolphins? I know that sounds funny, but it's true. Did y'all hear that? No, it's serious. I'm not even joking. It's illegal because man, I probably sound so crazy right now.
No. But doesn't that take you back to Aquaman? You know what I mean? Like they're servants down there.
It said, okay, I'm gonna read it to y'all. It says, yes, talking to or trying to communicate with wild dolphins is widely considered illegal in the U.S. under the Marine Mammal Protection Act. If it causes harassment, it says if it causes. That's what AI said.
You're harassing the dolphins.
I don't know how you harass the dolphins. And y'all know dolphins try to grape people. I'm not trying to be funny, but y'all ever see dolphins assaulting people?
I don't hang out on the water, so I can't tell you about that. I don't know.
Well, it's some freaky weird stuff with dolphins, and that's probably why y'all was gonna get rid of the ocean, because it's weird. And y'all know, just like the animals used to talk, right? But y'all, it's just weird. I probably sound really nuts right now, but
you know what?
Go ahead, yeah. Wait.
Correction. You said try. He's not gonna try. He's gonna do it.
Wait, what did I say?
You said he's going to try and get rid of it.
I rebuke what I just said. He's going to get rid of the ocean. That's what I meant to say. They are weird. It's some weird stuff going on that we just don't. And then they also have all of these organizations that keep you from going like to a certain distance out. Because there's like waters where you can't go past. If you do, they will turn you around. And if you can even physically get out there without dying from the waves and stuff. But they have a lot of protected, Go ahead, y'all. Somebody was... Ingrid, was you saying something before we go to y'all?
That's not protected. That's not to do with protected. It's to do with them barring you from going too far out, because that's where the ice walls are at.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The ice wall surrounds us. The ice wall surrounds us entirely. That's like sort of like a prison kind of thing going on. And they got warships out there that will literally blow you up if you decide to ignore their commands. They will literally go that far and blow you up. But they got a whole treaty called the Antarctic Treaty,
right?
And all of these different countries have signed it. Why would all these countries agree on that one thing, but yet they're all in arguments and always fighting over everything else? But everyone agrees. For some reason, every one of them agrees that you are not allowed to go to those areas, go so far out that you end up in Antarctica. Kind of thing. Why is that? You gotta wonder.
Well, they want us to believe their lies. Go ahead, Ingrid.
So,
what about Yahuah?
Remember when the earth was flooded, days of Noah, and people will say, like, how did the Nephilim survive? Right? Well, he flooded the earth. He got rid of like man and beast, right? And when you say beast, you're talking about, the cows, the things on land, right? So I think that's how the Nephilim survived, that they were the sea creatures. A flood means nothing to sea creatures.
Right.
It means absolutely nothing to them, right? So maybe that's why we're talking about the sea, and maybe that's why, that they've always been down there, and they've always remember the pigs when Yahusha took that evil spirit out. I can't remember who it was, and then they said, like, send us into the pigs, and the pigs dove into the water. Remember that?
Yeah. I wonder.
So
you think they survived?
The water? Huh?
You think they might have survived? It's kind of weird.
I don't know, but why did they dive over the? Remember? Oh gosh, I'll find the verse. Remember, somebody was basically possessed. He wasn't what's the one that's like, we are Legion? Was it the guy that had Legion? And was that Legion? And then they were like, well, send us into the pigs. He sent them into the pigs. And then the pigs dove over the cliff into the water.
Yeah.
Is there something down there?
I think there is some freaky stuff down there.
Why would they ask to go into the pigs then dive over the cliff?
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Adding to what you're saying, Ingrid, or what you said earlier, the ice wall, consider it like Earth is like kind of like a dish. And every one of the countries, they're all inside of the middle of the dish. And the ice wall is at the edges. It's at the top of the dish where you would like say the edge of it where you lift. If you lift up the dish and you put it into your mouth kind of thing, your mouth will be on the edge. So consider that part. That's where the ice walls are at. And they're higher than everything inside of the dish. So it's very, very high up. And when the earth was flooded, it's kind of like a dish kind of thing. So everything inside was flooded up to the point of Mount Everest being over Mount Everest, but it didn't go over the side of the dish. It didn't overflow kind of thing and go over the edge. So the ice walls being the edge, it didn't go over those. It was just inside of the earth itself, inside of the dish. That was what it was like. So those who went to the ice wall, I've seen a movie about some people that went to a really cold, well, they were definitely in Antarctica, and they found some stuff there. And they said that when these things wake up, they were beings that they found there. And said when these beings wake up, that means the end of the world. And they decided they were just going to leave them there and not tell the whole world about it, even though they knew they were waking up. And it was causing earthquakes around Earth. I don't know what the movie was called again. You can't ask me. I don't remember it. I just remember that part. But yeah, that's very interesting. So it might be to do with that some of them survived by going to Antarctica, going to the very highest points kind of thing. Everywhere else was flooded, but those places couldn't be flooded because that was the edge. But everything inside of the dish was flooded. It would make sense to me.
Go ahead.
I've been waiting for a while.
Not trying to keep a brother down. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when it was talking about the sea, I was looking at, back in chapter 16, it said he make the sea blood and everything in the sea would die. So everything
that's
in the sea.
That's not 1/3 that was going on? That wasn't 1/3, or that was everything?
Not like 16:3.
Okay.
It said the second messenger poured out his bowl on the sea, and it became blood as a dead one, and every living creature in the sea died.
Yeah, I see. So he said every living creature. So that's not just humans that are on boats. That's every living creature.
So I would assume that if at that point, because like we don't know the time frame or exact order of these types of things, but I would assume that already happened in this. I would assume that it would already happen at that point by the time he, gets rid of the sea. So that might be a reason why he got to get rid of it.
My King James says every soul. So that makes that mine doesn't say creature, and I hate it when they switch up words like that. The KJV says every soul, right? So that doesn't include if there are some kind of sea monsters and stuff down there, they wouldn't have souls anyway, would they?
Right. I mean,
what souls are in the sea? Do mermaids and those things have souls? I don't know.
I mean, technically,
I think they do.
Technically, people are living souls, so I mean,
let me look at my version. I'm gonna look at
right, but I'm saying okay, so 16:3 is there's no question that it's right. Whatever the Bible says is going to come to pass, right? Mine says soul. So soul means like creatures with souls, like humans. I don't know. Somebody said mermaids have souls. My King James says soul. It doesn't say creature, right? And creature and soul are two totally different things. Like there's the debate. I was talking to somebody about whether or not our dogs have souls, right?
I thought your soul was your mind, not your spirit, but your mind, your will, and your emotion.
Okay, so
mine says living thing in the NSA, the New American Standard Bible. I read from there sometimes. Mine says every living thing in the sea died.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. When I look at it, like I was reading from the scriptures, right? It say you just look every living creature. Then you look at King James, every living soul. ESV, every living thing. Then you look at the LSV, every living soul. And Sefer, it say living soul. So
yeah, because your dog has a soul, but it doesn't have a spirit.
Right. So everything in the ocean is gonna die because it's gonna turn to blood. So
and it's a fact.
Right. So I was just gonna say, so that would explain another reason why he said he would get rid of the sea, because if everything in is dead, you don't really need the sea.
Yeah, so he passed judgment on everything in the sea, and then that's it, right?
So Judgment Day is not just for us; it's for
the entirety of the earth.
So y'all are saying everything has a soul, but not a spirit.
Exactly. That's why you don't know. Sometimes you don't know if an animal is in the room with you, but you know when a human walks in the room with you. You also can know when a spirit walks in the room sometimes, depending on if you pick up that kind of stuff. But an animal can be in your room and you won't know until it comes from underneath of the sofa or, futon or wherever, because they don't have a spirit. They do have a mind, or else they wouldn't be able to do what they need to do.
See, I really don't have a good hold on that. Like, they alive, and I don't know how all that works. So I really can't say what the animals got and what they don't got, because I don't know.
They have a soul, though. They have a soul. Your soul is your mind.
Well, see, that's the thing.
I can tell y'all what the soul is according to.
I don't know what to call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They alive. They got their own personalities. They move around, but I don't know how none of that works. So I really can't say if you would call it a spirit, if you would call it a soul, if you would just say it's in a fish. Like, I don't know the proper words to describe it. So I really don't know what to say as far as what they have, what they don't have. I don't know. But I know
they don't have a spirit, right? Don't they go back into the earth and that's it? Or that's not how they go?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Are they going to be with us in the new kingdom, though? Are we going to have pets in the new kingdom?
Right.
In the kingdom, there will be animals, yeah. But I don't know what happens after that. Like, after Yahusha's reign and stuff like that. I mean, I'm assuming there'll be animals, but that's just another thing. I don't know.
Well, I will say, let's remember that he made us in his image. So even if they do go, you know what I mean, if all dogs really do go to heaven, have y'all seen that movie? Even if that's the case, right, we are still different from them. Like, I was looking up the original meaning of the word soul. Refers to the breath, life, or essential self of a living being. So the word comes from the ancient languages. This is what it says, that originally described life as physical breathing rather than just an invisible or spiritual ghost. That's what it says. So life, animate existence, or a person's complete self. So it's like Yahuah breathed the breath of life into man, but these other beings also breathe as well. You know what I mean? But we're clearly made in his image.
Because I look at it like this too, Yannah. He made the earth to be inhabited. So the earth is supposed to have people, it's supposed to have animals, like it's supposed to have like plants and all that stuff. All this is supposed to be here. So it's going to be here in whatever form. I just don't know how all of that works. But so whenever he makes the new heavens and new earth, more than likely there's going to be different creatures outside of people there. And they'll all have their functions just like they have their functions now. I just don't know how it works, And I also find it interesting, like those different stones was like the same ones that's in like the ephod or whatever that the priest was wearing. I'm like, yeah. So that was pretty interesting too. It's interesting because like you think about it.
Well.
Didn't the guy in the Marvel movie, who's the villain? I watched this with my kids.
Thanos.
Didn't he have all those stones too?
He did in his hands.
Yeah, he had stones in his glove.
Let's Google what stones he had in his hands.
You know what he had, right? I mean, you can Google it, but I bet you it's going to be the same.
I wonder if it's the same ones. That's why I'm about to Google it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't 12 of them, though, was it? It was like 5 of them or something?
It was like 5 or 6, but yeah. But I think there is a version in the comic books where he has 12. I don't know, but there's multiple versions of that gauntlet thing.
Sister Erica has her hand up, guys.
Go ahead, Mom.
Thank you, Sister Tessa. Thank you. I'm going to say something a little weird to y'all, and it's referencing the sea, and maybe another reason why he will be closing it up. But and again, this is from back when I was an informational video I listened to quite a while back from the Gates of Huldah, where she had did some research on the reason why a major nation like Egypt fell. And so they have literature, and I can't say if it's real, but supposedly people back then, it's always somebody recording throughout history. And so there was some records, about people coming from the sea and defeating the Egyptians. That's what they wrote. So it's just really like, in the conversation we were having with, Aquaman and stuff.
I said that's interesting.
And
yes, and stuff we don't know. We haven't come across obviously everything that they know. The people know, and she did find records of. They describe the people. I mean, they describe what the beings look like, and they did come from the sea. They said, and then there's a man recently. Y'all may have seen this, where he's in government or in the service, in the military, and he did say. No, he's in government, and someone in the military explained to him that they witnessed a craft moving in the ocean, moving at over 200 miles an hour, and it couldn't have been anything, no fish or anything. So the man was saying,
you just reminded me of something.
Yeah. So okay. Well, let me just clip it real quick, Yokana. So that's all I'm saying is, which I was talking about with him passing judgment and closing the sea up. There's things going on that we don't know anything about. Yeah, and it's been going on for millennia. Because Egypt was destroyed by these people in these records.
Can you
and that's
share
why
that, please? Mom.
I can share the video, but I don't know if y'all want to listen to the whole thing, but I'll share the video. I probably already shared it, but I'll reshare it. Please, okay, y'all go.
All right, so this reminded me, there was been reports, I think it was back in World War I, where people were going to I think it was around the age, somewhere in the Indian Ocean, whatever, where they had reports that they had came in contact on this island. I think it was the Kai Islands, I believe was called. They had reports that they found these beings that was coming out of the water, and they was like pink. They had fins, but they didn't have a tail, and they had like these really sharp teeth. And the people in the islands knew of them, like they was just there. But the people, but the soldiers and stuff that had caught these things was completely surprised that these things was out there. And then I think it was I don't know if he was a general, but the soldier went and reported it to his government, and they all was just kind of, looking at him like he was crazy. But like you could find like reports from documents from people actually in governments during World War I where they came in contact with these creatures. And then Marvel and Black Panther 2, they had creatures coming out of the oceans as well that they was fighting against from
exactly. They show us everything. Yeah. So
it's interesting, but there's been reports that they have about them. And I remember, some it was either Congress or some other official type of platform where people from the government, from generally the Navy, was given the same type of information and them finding things coming out of it.
They still do, y'all.
Do you think that's what they did with the fishermen? That they just pay them extra money to be quiet? Because they literally live on the ocean.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't be called about it, but yeah.
So basically,
are these demons then? If he's going to close up the sea, are these like these? If he's going to close up the sea because of these,
they are fallen. They are children. I think they're children of the fallen. I think anytime you can live underneath of the sea, with no issue. That's not us.
Yeah, they're Nephilim.
That's not us.
Yeah, and apparently they're not redeemable. So.
I think it's a combination, really. I think it's a combination. I think it's fallen, they hybrid children, and then whatever they get to.
Well, they have to. They have to mix with us in order to make their children.
So it's a combination.
Sirens are big ones. Sirens. Really I feel like they see more sirens, and that they told them not to say anything. That way they keep their family safe.
Yeah.
And they pay them off, basically.
Definitely.
it's a
It's a whole lot
combination
going on underneath of there we don't know anything about.
Well,
And again, they can't exist without us. So yeah, they have to be hybrid. You know what I'm saying? They can't exist without us. So,
yeah, I guess I hear what you're saying.
you know,
yeah, it's a combination. It's hybrids, as well as Book of Enoch did say that the punishment for the women that slept with the fallen angels was
exactly. That's why they are who they are right now. That's right.
We're gonna read Enoch next. So I was gonna say something, I cannot remember. Oh yeah, so they took a lot of our books, right? When they took us into captivity, I think they took our books. Like, people say they burnt them. Maybe they burnt some, but I think they took them. They're really obsessed with like hidden knowledge. So I think they might have our stuff. I mean, not might, they have our stuff. And what if a lot of these things, like, you know, they get all of these, they write these scripts. What if it's just based on, not what if, it's probably just based on the truth. It's just based on things that's going on. That's why, like, we don't know exactly what's going on in the ocean, but they probably are just showing us everything that's going on.
That's been our entertainment for decades.
The truth.
It's been our entertainment for decades on movies and TV. Yeah. That's what it's been.
So I understand what you were saying, Ezra, when you were saying you think that might be part of the reason why it says that men's hearts will fail, right? Because when people actually see things that we are not used to seeing, and we've been programmed to think that they're not real, programmed to think that they're just make-believe magic, and but when you actually see them, like if you saw a being that was 15 feet 20 feet tall, or however big they are, you can say they just have some kind of condition with their pituitary gland or whatever nonsense they said, but it's going to freak people out if you actually, like,
and then blue and gray, Yannah, blue and gray, that makes sense coming out of the water. Blue and gray, your skin color, blue and gray makes sense.
They don't have the sun. So
men's heart would definitely fail them if they saw how big Leviathan is, because it's as big as America. Bigger than America. Yeah. It's bigger than America.
I believe that. So, and that is in the word. So it's definitely a lot of things going on. It's a lot of, Yahuah. I mean, think about the fact that when he had us inhabiting the, going to take over these places in the word, some of our people were so scared that they didn't even want to go in there because it was giants there, So, and I don't know how tall some of them were. I mean, I don't know how tall they all were, but some of them were extremely big. And not just are they tall, but they're thick and they are monstrous. Like, they were eating people, So, I don't know. Like, I've seen,
Attack on Titan, the anime.
Yeah, exactly. They just throw all the truth in our faces as though it's entertainment. So that's why it's important to always remember that Yahuah is our protector. And he, just like he protected our ancestors back then from, those giants and stuff like that, he will protect us from all these weird things that's going on. And he said that in the last days it's going to be like the times of Noah, right? And it's not just the fact that everybody's doing this weird, nasty sexual stuff. It's the fact that there's giants. There was giants then, there was Nephilim then, and there are Nephilim now. And they're hiding them. And some of them you might see walking around. And some of them aren't that big. Some of them are descendants of these things. And they might be as tall as me and you, And these people know.
And he punished them for that, because he said, I'm giving you this land to possess. Right. And they said, no, there's people there. We look like grasshoppers. And he punished them for that because they didn't trust him. So we got to remember that, guys. Yes. We got to trust him. If he says, I'm giving you this land, or go here, and we see other stuff there, we got to trust Yahuah.
I know it can be hard, but that's what it is. This time right now is for us to be working on building a relationship with him, learning how to trust him, reading the word. You can get a really good understanding of Yahuah when you read the word, when you start from the beginning and you read the word. Because I didn't understand him at all until I started actually reading the first covenant, and how he interacts with us and how he cares about us. And I was wanting to say real quick, Mom, before you go, about this area over here in the last part where it's talking about Jerusalem and stuff like that, and how it's, you know, how beautiful it is and stuff. And it was, while I was reading it, I was thinking of how the Christians just want to go to heaven so bad, but it literally tells us that the New Jerusalem is coming down, is going to come down. It tells us that, and I understand it sounds like it's very beautiful and stuff, and it literally says it right here that it's coming down. So, you know, for anybody who thinks that the rapture is a thing and anybody's going up to heaven, you're actually coming, the New Jerusalem is coming down here. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And I can see why they are like super obsessed with going up there, because it's like, I don't know where they get that idea from. But, yeah, the streets are gold, you know, paved with gold. Like, that's beautiful, you know. But I also think it's maybe I'm rambling now, a matter of like, the most important thing in this journey is to develop our relationship with the Father, to be able to hear his voice, to be able to hear his ruach, be able to be led by his spirit. Because if not, that's how we get thrown and blown this way and blown that way, you know, with everything that's going on in the world. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, Mom.
So while y'all were talking, I'm listening to everybody. Okay, so seems to me now that I'm listening to everybody and we're talking about these different civilizations and stuff, that the whole plan, and maybe y'all know this already, but I'm just thinking the whole plan was to bring us into cities to pull us away from stuff that's never stopped happening. So literally put us into like areas of encampment, set apart, meaning cities, so we set apart, so that we could not see that these things are still happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's openness that we don't know about because we've been put in a sense into a project, you know, into the projects. Mm-hmm. So it seems like they have corralled humans into projects so that the things that were already happening, we think were past, right? But they're still happening. Mm-hmm. So the giants walking around, that's still happening, and these sea creatures, that's still happening, and like they're doing their best to keep us in projects, it seems like, so that we can't experience what's really happening on the outside of the projects. You know, in a sense, like we're not out in the open anymore like we used to be. Like, we're literally in encampments. Cities are encampments, like they set it up so we don't go that far, you know what I mean, or out and about. That's what it seems like. Like, the more we talk, the more it seems like this stuff is still happening. And we've been pulled away from it so we don't see it, which is, to me, why some people get killed when they discover certain things and they're driving along and they may see something and they go towards it, you know, like in the mountains to see what they saw, and the government tells them to turn around, and they wind up murdering them, you know. So there's a whole lot going on.
There was a guy who found a lake inside of the ocean, and they killed him. Yes.
And they killed him.
And I know it sounds bizarre.
Wait. I don't understand. What's a lake inside the ocean?
He found a body of water. He was in the ocean, inside in like a submarine or something. Or was he scuba diving? He was doing something.
No, he wasn't scuba. He was in a submarine. Actual,
Okay. And he got to a depth, and he found a body of water, and I think he said he touched it. It was a body. I know it sounds crazy.
He showed it to us. He showed it to you.
I can't picture it, though. I can't
picture a body of water.
Well, it's the flat out Earth, right? Video. That's right. You may have seen it.
I've heard of that too. I know that it's weird, but there's water underwater.
Yes, so there's a lot of things we don't understand. Okay, come in.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things that we don't understand.
I feel like that was part of where one of the fountains of the deep gets opened up and sends up like a geyser that helps to flood the earth. That would be just one of them, and that would be one of them that's deep in the seas. But yeah, that was
one. But it was clearly like a lake when he showed it to you.
It would look like a lake because it's been covered. It's been covered now. Maybe looks like kind of like a firmament over it kind of thing that's going on. But yeah, you're not able to go inside of it, but you can see down there that there's clearly that's water that's down there.
Yeah, and he showed it to you.
So why would they kill him?
Because they don't want us to know there's a lot more than, like, they want there's a lot more than we don't understand. Like, that they trained us to think that the earth is a sphere spinning, and it's not. A ball, right? Spinning.
It's just like the continents too, Yannah. Because there's more land that they don't like talking about.
They want to control what we understand.
That's what I'm referring to. They pull us away from that stuff and put us into, you know what I'm saying, areas.
Like we're in a bubble,
so that we can't see this other. Yeah, like what he was saying. Like, there's things out here, and that was their plan, was to get us away from reality,
right?
And put us into and make it a so-called reality for us in these cities and in these boroughs.
The Truman Show,
you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send that video. I'll probably try to edit it into this video when I find it. But he literally found a lake inside of the ocean. So that means that the world don't even move. It's a lot more to it than what we understand. It's much more spiritual. It's much more, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know the words to use. But he reported it to some organization, and then 3 days later he was dead.
Yeah, from what I've seen so far, anytime you discover something, you just need to just release it, and then don't report it to nobody. Because as soon as you report it to somebody, you go disappear. Just show it to everybody so they can't say you lying, and just move on.
They may off you though, because they may be watching you. And they might off you anyway, but yeah,
they might off you.
Hey, at least they
got a lot of scientists that's been killed,
and these doctors and scientists,
too, yeah.
That's why I feel like they should just listen. Whatever you discover, just release it. So now, if something happened to you, they can be like, "Oh, well, we know why they didn't want you to talk, but everybody got the information, so it didn't work." So it won't work no more. Every time somebody finds something, just release.
It's going against the matrix, like even what we're doing right now. We going against the matrix.
So we're finna read chapter 22 next. What we got going on?
Yeah, who wants to read chapter 22?
I can do it, since I would like to support you. I will do it.
Thanks, Mom.
I love you. I'll do it.
I know you love me, Mom. You're my mother. Go ahead, Mom.
Okay, let me go.
And while y'all reading along, if y'all like, I think Ingrid had shared earlier, if y'all see any discrepancies or anything that look different in a different version, please bring it up so we can compare and contrast, investigate.
Oh, and wait, before you read that, so like creature, soul, that conversation, something came to mind there, because we were talking about, sort of, we didn't really hit on it, but we sort of hit on it. What happens to our pets, right? Do they have soul? So the book of Isaiah says the wolf is going to lay down with the lamb, right? So the wolf and the lamb are going to be there. Maybe my dog will be there.
Maybe your dog will be there. I mean,
because I had a dog.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was
going to say, I had a dog we lost a couple of years ago, and he was part of the family, and I would love to see him again one day. Just that's all.
Yeah, I think Yahuah cares about all of his creatures that he made, So I don't see why not. And then think about when you read in Revelation, it talks about different things having different. Oh, never mind. I think I'm saying that out of context right now. But it'll talk about there's creatures in heaven with different types of heads and stuff, and they'll have like a head of a lion or head of a eagle or whatever. I don't know if that's just figurative.
Or now the only one I know that 100% supposedly does this are the beavers. Like on the Sabbath, the beavers shut down. People talk about some of their bees. Oh wow, or whatever.
My bees do not stop on the Sabbath because I saw them.
Well, you got some heathen bees.
I do. Because I think you said that. I was like, let me go check, and they was out there working hard.
But Google the beavers. Everybody talks about beavers on the Sabbath. They shut down from Saturday morning until Sunday morning. Beavers are always working, but on the Sabbath day, that seventh day, they shut down.
They honor their maker. Oh,
right.
AI is probably lying to me. It says no, beavers do not stop working on Saturdays.
Yes.
Ask AI if it lies. It will say yes.
I'm gonna ask it right now. Does
AI lie? It will say yes.
Yes,
AI does lie.
can lie, but it is usually done. But it usually does so in two different ways: unintentional errors or hallucinations, and strategic, deceptive, intentional lying. Let's just move past that. I can't believe I just admitted that.
You lied.
Okay.
Did it just say AI has hallucinations?
Yes.
It says.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it says unintentional errors or hallucinations and strategic deception.
For the cocaine.
Yep, which is intentional lying.
Hey!
So it'll either hallucinate or lying on purpose. Huh?
So how does something that's not technically alive hallucinate unless it's alive?
That's a great question, Brother Yahusha.
That sounds like lawyerese, doesn't it? Like the way, well, not really a lie.
It's not really a lie. It's a stretch
just a bending of the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this woman. This woman I was looking at on YouTube. It's been a couple of months now, but she was talking about how dangerous AI's lies are because apparently. So I do this too, like the greens from the carrots, they're edible. You can use them like parsley or whatever. And she saw something coming up in her yard and she thought, it was like carrot green. So she, took a picture and scanned it or whatever. And AI told her it was, turned out to be some poisonous plant. So we trusted to identify plants and stuff for us.
Did you eat it?
So that's like a GPS. That's like a GPS telling you to turn left here off of the bridge.
Right, but she did need it, but what if she had? Then AI would just go, "Oh, my bad," and then
it wouldn't apologize. No responsibility taken.
Right, because it's already told you that sometimes it hallucinates. Right, so I don't know. Maybe we put too much trust in it because I do ask it to identify plants for me. I'll just,
we can't
I have an app that I use to identify plants.
I ask it, does it lie? Often.
Yeah, but what you get?
Because I like for it to admit it lies. Yeah.
No one's gonna do anything about it.
No, I just like to know that you know that I know that you know.
I know you're a liar.
That I know that you lie.
Yeah. But I'm gonna keep asking you questions sometimes. Like about this recipe.
You know what? I don't use it that much, but when I do, I'm like, okay, I ask a question, but do not lie. Tell me the truth. And then I'm like, are you lying? I question everything
to make it tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll be like,
I do.
Does say I lie.
Oh my gosh.
Or it thinks it knows you, right? I'll give you two examples. So like I like old books, and I had this book, and it was written like 18 something, and it was called Meatless Meals, right? And I was showing my son because I was just impressed by how like articulate this woman was. People don't talk like this anymore, right? And I said, you know what? Let's Google her. I said, but I bet you're not going to find anything on her because she was a woman. Even though she was smart, it was 18, like 90 something. So, people weren't listening to women back then. So I Googled her and I just said, I can't remember her name. And AI came back and it said, Ingrid, she was not a Christian. Because it knows me.
What?
There it is.
You know AI is a demonic entity, though.
This is why I don't touch nobody's Alexa. I don't touch no Sirius. I don't want to touch nothing.
Because it thinks it told me like, Ingrid, she wasn't a Christian, blah 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 blah. And there was stuff out there about her husband. When I told my son, I said, I want you to Google it on your phone and see what it tells you. And he didn't do it, but I bet you it wouldn't say, hey.
It wouldn't have said that.
Right, because it thinks it knows me. Or I asked it something about like, could I grow such and such a plant indoors? And here's how it responded. It said, oh, Ingrid, that's a great idea. And because you have grow lights, I'm like, how do you know I have grow lights? You keeping track
Why does it know your name? Why does it know your name? That's what I want to know.
AI learns the user of the phone. Well, every time you ask it a question, it will remember that you said such and such.
Oh my God!
Even
do not use AI.
Even on was it ChatGPT? I asked a few questions about what's it called, graphic design, and it still remembers I studied graphic design, or I did graphic design, or what I do for it.
That's scary to me. Isn't that crazy?
Why does it know y'all names though?
Exactly. I thought it was because they put it in their phone.
Because it's on my phone. I don't know what it has access to. Or that guy the guy that does We Woke Now, right? I can't think of it. Is it not Ron? Ron is truth on it. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he had Googled something And he came back with, this is what AI said. And I said, now his response was really pro-black, but that's the kind of stuff I think he Googles all the time, right? So AI gave him like this really, and I can't remember what it was. AI gave him this really pro-black response, right? And so I said, I'm going to put the exact same thing in there. It gave me more of a generic response because I'm not always looking for, like, does that make sense? Like, it knew him. It knew he was like pro-black.
It studies you.
It better not call my name. It better not say my name. We gonna have a problem.
Yeah. Like, Mom, I know. I'm kidding. That's just me.
I'll be like, I'll tell it all. You demonic such and so and so.
But y'all, it is a demonic entity, and I just kind of realized that recently. And it sounds crazy, but it is.
My autistic.
I don't think you should appreciate hearing your name.
Trying to train AI to do to work in the army.
They're gonna put.
But they have AI.
They're gonna put robots.
They really try to get it to work for the army to shoot enemy. You know.
Yeah, they have AI war now. That's what these wars are.
Robot bodies.
Yeah.
They even at one point they they did the simulation to see what it will do, and they said, oh, if you shoot this, then you know the enemy, you'll get such and such points, and they did that. And at one point, they tried to override the commander. They tried to disconnect the commander.
I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a demonic entity. No one's listening to me.
Scary. It did it twice.
Huh?
I heard about it. Yeah. No, let Janelle finish because I heard about this. It's crazy what it tried to do. Let her finish.
Go ahead, Janelle.
It really tried. It cut the command control from the commander, and then it did its own thing because they noticed, oh, if I get points if I shoot people. It did it by disconnecting from the tower, so that it can do whatever it wanted. But it also started shooting its own people.
This is
because they said, oh, if you shoot such and such, I'll get points still. No, it was a simulation. Oh. Luckily.
Still.
Oh, wow. It's dummies playing with demons. That's what this is. Yeah. Dummies being humans playing with the demons. That's all that is.
But yeah, I think you probably would tell it better than me. So since you heard it, you probably would tell it better than me.
That was good. That was good. But the crazy thing about it is, like, they made it so the AI wouldn't know that it was a simulation. So eventually, it decided it wanted to turn on the operators. So it tried to kill the operators, and it thought it actually did. But it couldn't because it was a simulation. So they were trying to figure out how to add more codes in there so it wouldn't attack its creators, and it still figured out ways to go around it. So it's like, it's crazy. Like,
even though
and like I was saying earlier, you remember Gronk, right? You heard of the one you call Gronk?
No.
That's the one that's the AI that they used most recently over in the Middle East that actually they gave the wrong information that attacked the little girls.
The girls.
So they did. Yeah, the girls' school over there. So they've using AI in all types of crazy ways, and they don't know. They're not. They don't. It's not trustworthy.
Wait. What? That was AI that attacked. What are y'all talking about? I thought it was
AI would attack people. It wouldn't differentiate. It would attack people on either side.
Oh, Ezra has his hand up.
So Plantier, I believe, is the company's name that the users use, but it was the AI called Gronk that people can use for other things, but they use it in its aiming and its coordinates, and that's what they use to actually go and attack that school.
And it would
information.
No apologies.
In the simulation, it would ask. In the simulation, they would normally the AI would ask permission if I could shoot this such and such target.
Yeah,
and then
no apologies, as they did not apologize, Janelle. They did not apologize for. No, you know what I'm saying. The people who had that happen to those girls, no apology was given. That's all I'm saying. Nobody apologized. They just kept going.
That was awful.
It was. It really was.
So you can't trust AI because it's a demonic entity. Go ahead, Ed.
Oh, you can trust AI to be demonic. That's what you can trust AI for.
Well,
just add to the chaos.
Let's define AI. Like, are we using artificial intelligence right now?
No, artificial intelligence is using us. That's how I
think so too.
So, like, on the one hand, and I, of all people, should know better, because I'm telling you, like, the early 90s, when people first got computers, I fought it because something told me it's going to make us lose our humanity.
This is AI,
right? And then here I am walking around with an iPhone on my hand,
Yeah,
I gave, at
we
one point
conform.
I gave in to the dark side, but
it's what we do.
But
don't forget Ezra, y'all. Don't forget Ezra.
I just want to say this really quick. AI says, AI is a branch. AI is a branch of computer science that builds machines and software capable of simulating human intelligence. It enables computers to learn from experience, recognize patterns, and understand human language, solve problems, and make decisions. So us just being on this call right now is not us using AI. Like, you know, I just wanted to say that. So
after Ezra goes,
every time we talk.
It listens when you talk.
Information every time we talk. It's what they do.
It really does.
Because I'll tell you, my son and I, my autistic son, right, my little one, when we first started getting phones and stuff, and he and I used to play on the phone, and we would ask, like, Alexa, who's better, you or Siri? And they, the response was always, all versions of AI are equal. We like each other or something. So to me, that means, okay, all this is AI. All this is artificial intelligence.
To this day, I wouldn't touch Alexa, nor would I touch Siri, because that's giving control over to something. Not to say it's not going to happen, but I just don't want to accelerate it. So I've always I never use them. Never.
Never. I never use them.
Yeah, I don't use them.
Yeah. That was that's permission.
Alexa, but I use it for one thing, and then I unplug it. Right? I use Alexa to read me books to read audible.
But that's
books,
you using it instead of it using you, because there are people who rely on AI all the time to answer questions. Somebody came to do something in my house, and he kept asking. He was a worker, the solar panel guy. He was asking AI everything, and I'm like, they didn't train you in school. Why do you keep asking AI stuff?
Well, it's a good thing AI didn't lie to him.
Just handing out jobs like rice.
Panels in your house.
Yeah. I don't think it should be in our homes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That Alexa,
I was my middle son the other day. I was like, we're probably the only house on the block that's not a smart house, and we're just fine. Like, I don't have any cameras in here watching what I do, or, it's just not a smart house. It's just not.
But if you have Alexa, you have a smart house.
Well, I keep it unplugged. I only plug it in. Like, if I want to listen, like, let's say I'm working or something around the house, and I want to listen to a book. I want it to read me a book.
I'm scared of it. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, Ingrid, I'm scared of that.
Well,
I don't want to have nothing to do with
it. It can't do anything when it's unplugged.
Oh, I'm scared of it. I'm scared of it because I feel like it gives access. It gives access, and I'm scared of anything. Not to say our phones don't give access. Nowadays, our TVs, our refrigerators, our microwaves, everything can give access. It's just when they invented that Alexa, I was scared. The same way I don't watch Avatar. The same way I don't, certain things I just can't do.
What do you think of the one that registers your sleep? Those sleep,
those rings,
those health monitors. Stuff
that they register how long you sleep and this and that.
No, weird frequencies into you.
I think that's one that somewhere. I don't want. They don't need to know. They don't need to know how many times my heart beats a minute or how much I sleep or any of that. I just refuse to do that.
Right? Even wearing the watch to sleep.
So, like, you guys ever heard of the one called Gemini?
Yeah.
And so I don't use AI. I generally don't, but I guess my phone updated at one point, and like I don't use it, right? So I clicked on it by accident, and then I seen two little open things on it, right? And I'm like, I don't use this. And one of the things was like blood ritual. And I'm like, blood ritual? I ain't asking about no blood ritual.
What the hell?
I'm like, immediately, I'm like, turn this off. I deleted it.
Whatever. Bite, Yahuah. They just want to see.
That's what I'm saying.
They were literally dangling it, just like, oh, would you want to look at this?
Yeah, look at this. Why don't you try this culturally blood ritual?
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I don't like it anyway. But I'm like, y'all tripping? How did it even pop up?
It's all the same, Yahuah. It's all the same. And that's
Alexa his hand up.
Oh, sorry, Ezra. You go, Ezra. You go ahead, Ezra.
Can I say something real quick? I just want to say really fast.
You lost control. You're the last person that should have to ask that.
Say it fast. Ezra had his hand up for a long time.
Ezra left. Y'all think he coming back?
He'll be back.
Okay.
He'll come back.
That's my bad. I hope I didn't offend him. Well, I just want to say that my TV in my room turns itself on sometimes, and I keep trying to tell my husband.
And that's all I'm saying. So you can unplug Alexa all you want. You can unplug that thing all you want. That's why Snowden is over there in Russia, because he said anything we can do with our appliances, they can do with our appliances. They can do the same thing. So I can unplug whatever. I can put my stuff on airplane mode. I can unplug that Alexa. That don't mean they didn't build in something that they can still monitor you with without you knowing, in stealth mode. I don't trust that stuff. I don't trust it at all.
I might as well live in the woods in a shack and just cook food over fire, because you can say the same. They say the microwaves are smart, the refrigerators are smart. So
yeah, that's why we got to listen. That's why it's time to go. Listen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a country that's been a country about 30 years. It don't really got no infrastructure for real, and we just gonna live off the land and just chill out.
He said he coming back. I hope I wasn't. I feel like I was being rude. I just wanted to tell y'all that real quick.
No, you weren't.
You weren't being rude. All of us were talking. We gotta apologize to him when he gets back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep trying
my
to tell my
sister got on me for the longest. Because she's like, you have this old TV, you are not up to date. And then I got the new TV, and she's like, when I was getting on you about their old TV, you probably should have kept your old TV. And I was like, yeah, I probably should have kept it.
They be spying on
computer. I mean, I can go on my TV. There's an app for me. I can surf the web, so it's a computer. Right?
It is. And they spying on
us. And they say there's a setting that you're supposed to turn off so it can't watch you.
Yes.
Right? I haven't found that
Which is a lie. Which is a lie.
They're probably still watching you.
Yeah, they definitely got something in that TV.
Yeah, because they can literally use Wi-Fi to infrared view you from your wherever you are. So they can do that. They can turn on your microphones when you're asleep, and your cameras. Like, they have the access. That's what you was talking about with Snowden. Like, yeah, they have access to all that.
Even my friend, she's disabled. She has my friend, what's her name? Lucia. She has MS, so her hands kind of shake, so she has to do a lot of things differently. She has a smart TV, and when I first saw her TV, and she was like, hello, Sky, and then it turns on by itself. I'm like, aren't you afraid that's actually listening to what you do? And she's like, no, it's actually helpful.
That's scary.
And that's how they kind of push the mark of the beast. Get this
that's
TV.
Scary. Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, that's crazy.
Well, it's kind of like when you turn your phone off, how they have a crime and they say, oh, well, we can track your phone through the cell towers. But if your phone turned off, they claim they can't find you. I don't believe
They're lying.
that.
Yeah, they're
lying. I don't believe that. I believe they can still track you even if your phone is turned off.
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah, your phone. That's why they took off removable batteries. Like, that's one of the main reasons why, so they can do whatever they want with your phone, because your phone's never truly turned off. You take the whole battery off. Yeah.
See if my phone's battery comes out now.
It's a control. That, like you said, that's why they took the battery out. Yeah.
You can't even open your phone just to look at it or see where the memory card is or whatever. Like, you can't even attempt unless you go to the store itself.
Yep. Y'all ever see those two little red dots at the top of your phone screen? And you'd be like, what the hell is that? It'd be like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Those two weird dots.
It's like the mics.
But there's two red dots at the top of your screen sometimes, if y'all ever see it, or one red dot at the top of your screen. You'd be like, what the hell is that? And it's like,
open this phone. I don't think you can open this phone.
You can't open your phone unless it's the SIM part, and then that's it.
Huh.
You know how they say pretty soon. You know how they say like pretty soon, if you commit a crime or say you commit a murder or whatever, you might as well just take out your driver's license and lay it down by the body, because they're gonna you. Remember?
Wow. Now that's deep.
Wow.
Well, I mean, they putting these flock cameras, the facial recognition everywhere.
Oh my God.
Cameras everywhere. So they got your information, and then the crazy thing is, they got your pictures and they got all your information already through these different agencies, because they just be selling it, like, and then they don't tell you specifically what they do, but then they get your biometrics because you put your finger on your phone to open it up, so they get your fingerprint. Then they got the Face ID, so they look at your face and your eyes with your camera. So all your phones got front-facing cameras, back-facing cameras. So they get all your information by giving you convenience, and they don't tell you what they doing with it.
And nobody reads the fine print because it's so long and so small to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use legalese. If they was forced to simplify it, make it short so people could understand, nobody would ever buy any of their product.
Yeah. And they can set people up right now with murder that didn't even leave their house because of all that stuff Yahuah was just saying. All your information, all your fingerprints and everything, they can set you up.
That's scary. That's very scary. And put out a video showing you were there even though you were not there.
Yeah, video showing you doing what it wasn't you. Yep.
They'll do it with AI now. They will manipulate any AI now to make it look like you were there.
Did I show y'all that video of that guy that got a ticket, but he was saying that he wasn't even in the state, so they was upset about getting a ticket, and he was like, "Your camera's lying. I was in a completely different state. How did I get a ticket here?"
That happens to people all the time. I feel like that happens. That happens to.
Let me send y'all I'm gonna send y'all the video. Do y'all want to go to chapter 22?
Yeah. Well, let's let Ezra say what he was gonna say, and then we'll go to chapter 22.
I don't remember what I was gonna say now because my dad,
I'm sorry, Ezra. I'm sorry.
No, it's not because of y'all. It's because I just got a phone call from my dad, and then just got distracted because they're talking about whatever they're doing and all of that stuff. And yeah, I was like, I'm supposed to be in a Bible study, so I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to you later, kind of thing.
Well, when you remember.
On a positive note, so I have a friend, right? This has been a couple of years ago now, but what are those like? People rent out their house. What is that called? It's not a bed and breakfast. Yeah, I guess that's what it is, right? Where like you can just rent out your house to people. He used to go he would leave his phone. He would rent out like a cabin in the woods with no internet, just him and his Bible for a weekend. Just him, no friend. Nothing, no phone, no computer, just him and his Bible out in the woods for the weekend. And I admire that, but as a girl, I'm a little scared to do that by myself. But it's I'm just putting it out there.
Nice, though.
It's detoxifying, right? Yeah. I mean, just to be away from all the noise, all the stuff.
And why is it so black? Just like, why is it black, y'all?
There's a black cube.
Yeah, y'all ever wonder that? Like, what is it? What am I looking at?
It's a black cube, isn't it?
It's so distracting. I'm shoving it in.
What is that?
Ingrid, that do sound kind of like tabernacles, don't it, though?
But he would go by himself. He would just go by himself. He would just sometimes he'll just take a weekend and just drive. Rent this empty cabin. That's
nice.
It helps you to phone, be more no computer, just present. Him and his Bible and prayer. Huh?
I said it helps you to be present. Something that we and like you said, detoxifying, right? Because it's addictive. These screens are addictive, and that's what I mean. Like, I really do think that AI, the technology, was meant to harm humanity.
I think so. And see, it gives like these creatures without a body. It gives them a body. It gives them like a presence. I'm not going to say, I don't know if a body is the right word, but it gives them it gives them a vessel. That's what it is. It gives them a vessel, right? They don't have to wait for one of us to be willing to give up our vessel. Now we've given them. It's giving them a vessel, and it's going to get even worse though. Because like me and my sons, I was arguing with one of my sons the other day. I said, because in the next couple of years, people are going to have these things walking around in their houses.
Yeah, these robots, yeah.
Right, and my middle son was like, well, that wouldn't be so bad. I would love to have an assistant. I was like, well, you won't be living with me, because that thing, I will not have some AI creature or whatever it is, robot walking around in my house. That's just not going to happen.
You piss it off one time, it's going to punch you in the chest, and then that's going to be all she wrote.
Yannah, did you see the video of the robot that kicked the little boy?
No. Why am I laughing?
Okay, I'll find it. But yeah, the robot was acting like he was doing martial arts, and it just kicked the little boy in the stomach.
And I mean, that gotta hurt. It's metal, right? Y'all do not want, and I feel like people gonna be getting sued for hurting other people's robots. They're gonna be like, oh, you messing with my $30,000 robot, because they try to make the robots affordable now.
Wow.
I won't have one of those things in my house. I don't care
either.
who doesn't like it or who has me about it. I'm not having no robots in my house.
But you say that now. You say that now.
I have my person. I don't need the robot.
Same thing with PCs, and now I've got.
I hear you,
can't tell you how many PCs in this house.
But you know that they're planning on, like, retail companies have these contracts with the robotics, so the new houses and stuff are going to come with them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're going to be packaging them together.
I didn't know that.
In Asian restaurants, they have it already. Some restaurants have it, like, because they want to help the disabled community have a job, so they have, like, them working through the robot's body, basically. It's good, but then it's like
push it out.
Yeah,
like it's helpful.
Yeah. But it really isn't.
I just put it in the chat. You can see it if you want to watch it, y'all.
The video. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I can't watch it right now.
You can see it like in Walmart. Like, remember, and it hasn't been that long ago, maybe 10 years ago in Walmart, there were cashiers. Now, 90% of the registers, you check yourself out, and there's the occasional register.
I know. I don't even work for Walmart. Why am I working here to get my own, like, ring up my own stuff? I think that every single time, like, but they're like, but you can go faster.
There used to be a guy walking around with a little dustpan cleaning up. Now there's a robot going around cleaning in Walmart. There's some kind of automated vacuum cleaner.
Where you live, Ingrid? We ain't got that over here.
They got those here.
Well, we definitely do.
They have those in
Texas. Dustpan is not here.
In the gas stations too.
That walks through Walmart.
Ma, you seen a robot cleaning up?
In a gas station, cleaning up the floor. I did. Me and your brother.
Walmart has that here. Walmart has that
yes.
here.
Me and your brother. We sure did.
Quick Trip has those robots.
Oh, that's
my.
That's somebody is out of work because of that thing.
Yep. I know Quick Trip has it, Sister Erica, because I was in one the other day. Yeah, and it was walking around cleaning. I was like, get away from me.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're going to be like, we want our rights. Robots have rights too. That's what it's going to get to. That's what it's going to get to.
I'm sorry, we're Billy.
No, you're gonna have a politician saying, and robots, they need their rights too. They need this. They need insurance.
That's what I mean. They're a demonic entity. They are demonic entities. I don't know how else to put that. So, should we read chapter 22?
Okay. Yes. Tell me when, and I'll go.
Go ahead, Mom.
Okay, well, it's from the Sefer that I'm reading. Revelation 22. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bore 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him, and they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for Yahuah the Most High gives them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And Yahuah the Most High of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that guard the words of the prophecy of this Sefer. And I, Yochanan, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then he said to me, see, you do not do it, for I am your fellow servant, and of your brethren the prophets, and of them which guard the words of this Sefer. Worship the Most High. And he said to me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this Sefer, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to as his work shall be. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loves and makes a lie. I, Yahusha, have sent my angel to testify to you these things in the called out assemblies. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright star rising in the morning. And the spirit, the set apart spirit, and the bride say, come. And let him that hears say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. For I testify unto every man that hears the words of the prophecy of this Sefer. If any man shall add to these things, the Most High shall add to him the plagues that are written in this Sefer. And if any man shall take away from the words of the Sefer of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the Sefer of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this Sefer. He which testifies these things says, surely I come quickly. So be it, even so. Come, Master Yahusha. The grace of our Master Yahushua HaMashiach be with you all. So be it.
I just have two things to say really quick. Thank you, Mom, for that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Number one, right here in 14 where it says, but, yeah, I'll say it first. No, yeah. Blessed are they that do the commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates of the city. I mean, that's very extremely straightforward, that we are supposed to guard the commandments. And that's not a scripture that I see people use very often or ever.
They never touch that, Yannah. Never touch that.
Heard anybody use that.
Nobody.
I think that's extremely important. So I wanted to mention that. And then there was another part where he says, no, not that part. Where he says that Yahusha says that he's a descendant of David. Where's that? Y'all see where that says? Yeah, here we go. I am the root and the offspring of David. So there's a lot of people that think that that David is the Messiah. But this right here helps you to understand, one of the reasons to help you to understand that he is not Yahusha. He is saying that he is a descendant from David. So I just wanted to put those two things out there. They just popped in my head while you were reading. Anybody got any thoughts?
That's very good. Those both were very, very good. Very good points.
Praise Yahuah. What y'all think?
Sister Erica has her hand up.
Oh, go ahead. I was looking down. Thank you. Go ahead, Mom.
Thank you, Tessa. Okay, so all I want to say is, and I know y'all know probably what I'm getting ready to refer to, is that Ron had a new video, and I did look at a little bit of it, and he was saying how everybody wants to fight, and I was one of them, because that's what you're taught in Christianity. Everybody wants to fight against the Torah, because we are taught, that for them, Jesus fulfilled the law. But then if you go, how can you go into the book of Revelation and read this and not admit that the Torah is still important, that the Torah has never been, you know what I mean? So the people we as people need to understand that we've been tricked. We've been tricked. We've been okey-doked.
I think that's part of them saying that the devil deceived the whole world. I thought that was just saying like that he was pretending to be Yahusha. But I think that one of the biggest, if not the biggest thing, is that you don't follow the Torah. So Yahusha said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So, but Yahusha is the word. So the word is, and he also says, if you love me, if you love me, guard my or keep my commandments. So he is the word, and the word is also part of the word is the Torah too, right? So why would you not, if you're following Yahusha, shouldn't you be following the Torah? If you're truly saying that they say they following Jesus, right? So let's pretend, that we know they're not the same, but like, let's pretend that they're just ignorant right now and they don't know. But wait, that's probably exactly what it is. But what I'm trying to say is they should be following Torah. And if you put it together,
didn't you say Torah means life instruction?
Yeah, I think I was trying to get there. It's just really hot in my room right now. I can't even think straight.
That's okay.
This is a straight arrow. I think if you look it up in the Strong's Concordance, it basically, the root of it was like a straight arrow, like it's a line. It's the way to life, So it just all goes together, and you cannot have. I was reading in this book in the Yah scriptures called Order of the Ancients. So basically part of what I got from it was the Ruach HaKodesh, the Ruach Yahuah, Yahusha, and the Torah. We need all of them, right? It all works together for our salvation. You can't not believe in the Son, you can't not follow the Torah, and you can't not be led by His Spirit. Like, they all work to, but then you also have to allow yourself to be like putty in Yahuwah's hand, like clay in His hand, and let Him be the potter, right? Because we, of course, we need Him to mold us. So if you are stiff-necked, like He calls our people, right? If you're stiff-necked and you won't allow Him to change you, then you're not going to, because we can't do anything without Him. Yahusha said, outside of me, you can do nothing. So if we don't allow ourselves to, we don't humble ourselves before Yahuwah and admit, our challenges, admit that we have this issue, ask Him to show us and help to cleanse us and stuff like that. If we're not humbling ourselves, if we get into this walk and go, oh, I know His name is Yahusha, I know His name is Yahuwah, and that's good enough, I'm good now, I'm saved now. If you get to that part and you exalt yourself and don't humble yourself before Yahuwah, then as attacks come onto you, you're not in the habit of going to Yahuwah for help, then the enemy is just going to have his way with you. And I've been victim of that as well. Like, you become haughty because earlier on in my walk, because you are you think you have more knowledge and you have more knowledge than what a lot of other people have. But the key is that Yahuwah is our mighty one. If you look in the first covenant and you saw in the Torah how He would, when they would go to war, they always would go to war and Yahuwah would fight for them. Would fight, like they had to ask Yahuwah for help. They wasn't able to defeat people without Yahuwah's help. They would be like, oh, He said, I will give them into your hands, because He's the one who allowed them to win. So it's like, that's the same thing with battles in our lives. Like, if we're going through a battle, if we're going through any battle, whether it's from another person who's being influenced by the enemy, or it's a battle within yourself from your flesh, if we don't take it to the Father and we think we can do it ourselves, then we're not going to be able to, win that battle. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, Yahukanan.
Yeah, I love how it says, and they will see His face. You get to see Abba's face, which I think is amazing. And cool. I think when you look at Yahusha being the door, and you want to walk in His footsteps as He's the light of the world, like, you want to do what He has done. He's right. He's the only one that's been perfect and sinless. So He guarded the Torah. He lived the Torah. He lived and did all of these things that a lot of people have been told they don't have to do, because He did them.
Right. He didn't die for people to become Torahless.
No, not at all. Not one tittle, not one jot of tittle is going to be removed from it. Like, so that's the thing, is like, and when you learn more about what the first church fathers and other ones did, and how they specifically wanted to get away from Torah and away from other things, you see how it's gotten to this point. But when I think about when you look at the perfect example being Yahusha, and you want to, like, I just try to do everything I can to model everything I do like Him.
Yeah.
And just ask Abba to continue to teach me how to be like that. You know, just like help me do all these different things to walk in that way, because, you know, I want to see Abba's face. Right. I want to walk through the gates of the city. You know, I want to go in there and see what New Jerusalem looks like. You know, I want to get all the things that he said. I want all my treasures in heaven. I want in the heavens. I want to go to the kingdom. I want to do everything he said is there for us. I want all of it. So I just need his help to show me and guide me to do that. And I see the types of things that Yahusha lived, walked, and embodied. And then I look at the prophets and the things that they talked about. And I look at the, you know, all the others, you know, like, you know, Moshe. And I look at what he did. I look at what Abraham and Yitzhak and Yaakov did. I try to look at all the things that they did, learn from any of their mistakes, and then look at the one who didn't make no mistakes, and just try to combine all of that and just try to apply that to myself in whatever way I can, and just lean on Abba. And towards the way, because the way did the Torah.
Correct. Right. How can you say you following him, but you're not doing what he did?
Yeah, because I think it says we're not just justified by the law, right? We can't just say, okay, now we follow the law. We're just not just justified by the law, but we have the law and the testimony of the prophets, the testimony of Yahusha. Yeah. So we have to follow all of them. We can't just be one or the other, because I always think about back in, you know, our ancestors, our forefathers. They knew his name, they knew about the Torah and everything, and they still got punished. They still went down the wrong path. So it doesn't just stop there. We also have to, which I'm glad I'm learning now or believing more, is bringing Yahusha into it, because without that, then we just have the law. We don't have atonement, right? We don't have atonement for our sins. So.
And it also says, Tessa, when you was talking, it made me think of the word that says, don't be just hearers of the word, but be doers of the word.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what people think doers is. If, like, I think they just think it's just going around and preaching about Jesus, and that's it. Jesus loves you, and that's it. But no, it's the Torah. The Torah. It's always been the instruction of Yahuah. He's given us instruction, and we have for our health, our health, but for our guidance, and it's always, you know, out of love. Nothing he tells us to do is to hurt us, you know. Go ahead, Ingrid.
Yeah, somebody said real quick before Ingrid goes, somebody said the Bible stands for basic instructions before you leave this earth.
Yeah, I heard that before. Yep.
Yeah.
It is pretty basic. If you read it, it ain't even hard. Because I know we talked about this before. Giving up pork was like the easiest probably thing you could do. Like, that was the easiest part of everything, I think. The food, you know. Okay, go ahead, Ingrid.
Okay. Let's see, where was it? So, a couple of things. So, the gates. What gates do the Gentiles go through? Right? And then, now I'm about to kind of sort of answer my question, but not fully, but I think it'll maybe help us figure out the answer to my question. So, Revelation 22:2 says, let's read it from the King James. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, there was the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. So I looked up nations, and nations is Gentiles, right? So you got your 12 fruits. So that's, you know what that is, right? And then you've got the nations. So for the healing of the nation. So that they're the Gentiles on the tree of life, but where are they as far as the gates are concerned?
I don't know.
Well, hold on. I'm going to read that to you just for clarity's sake.
So is the fruits, like the first fruits is Yashar'al? Is that what this is saying? Is that what y'all getting? Or?
I guess because there's 12. Well, hold on.
12
let's see.
tribes?
Revelation 22. What was that, 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so nations is G1484. Probably from G1486, a race, that is a tribe, specifically foreign, non-Jewish. One, usually by implication, pagan, Gentile, heathen, nation, people. So that's who that is, right? So that would make me think if the healing of the nations, bringing that's the Gentiles. Those are the grafted in folks, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I would think. So that would make me think that the rest of this is referring to the tribes, right? Let's see. What does it say about? Let's see. 12 fruits. Let's see what it says about fruits. Probably from the base of G7, I'm sorry, it's G2590, probably from the base of G726, fruit is plucked literally or figuratively. That's not a good answer. And then G726 says, from derivative of G138 to seize, various applications, catch away, up, pluck. I don't know.
I mean, fruit. So I think of fruit. You know how Yahusha says that anybody who don't bear fruit, any tree that don't bear good fruit is cut down. So when I see the word fruit here, I'm thinking like, okay, they're bearing fruit. And it's for healing of the nations. So, well, not that part. So they are pleasing to Yahuah. They have become, what Yahuah wants them or us to be. They're yielding fruit every month. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're pleasing to Yah. What do you think?
And in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, there was the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Because we've already established who the nations are. So, but it doesn't say the fruit is for them. It says the leaves are for them.
Well, they attach on to us if, they are wild branches. Y'all, I don't even know. I don't know.
But anyway, I found comfort in learning that the nations were the heathens and the Gentiles.
Yeah.
And the leaves were for the healing of them. Because I always wondered, okay, they've got these 12 gates. What's going to happen, to the grafted in or the Gentiles or heathens? And how do you define, like a lot of us are mixed. So how pure do you have to be to go through a particular gate? Do you know what I'm saying? Like some of us are heathens maybe and don't even know it, right? Or Gentiles, maybe Gentiles is a better word, and don't even know it, right? We just assume because we have brown skin that we're, I don't know, what percentage of blood do you have to have? But I guess the bigger question is because he's made provisions for everybody. So even if you're not one of the 12, you can still be grafted in. So there's provisions for everybody. But as far as the gates are concerned, though, so this is the tree. This is the tree of life. What gate did the Gentiles go through?
I don't know. I just know they attach one to us, and I do know there's scripture that says that they're going to serve us in the kingdom. I know people don't really like, because they're like, we're kingdom of holy priests to Yahuah, but then they're there to help us and to serve, help us to serve us. I mean, that's what the word says. So,
but okay, us.
Are you trying to figure out who us is?
Oh yeah. Okay, so my brother took one of those DNA tests, and he is 80% sub-Saharan African, right? Now I know I'm blacker than he is, right? So if he's 80, I'm probably 90%. No, I don't know, but how do you know we are who we think we are?
I will say that it says the remnant, and if you look up remnant in Strong's Concordance, I think it was basically saying like what's left or the rest of us or whatever. So we are a remnant.
So are white folks remnant too?
Huh?
So I guess I have several questions, like how.
I did mine. Mine said I'm 77% African. Sub-Saharan African, but I still know that Yahuah woke me up, and he said it says in Romans that we were going to be blinded until the time of the Gentiles came in. So that means that if he woke you up and you're a Yahudi, and you probably could be 50%, 20%, possibly, I don't know. I just know that I had a blindfold on, and then one day he took it off. So the way it came off was clearly spiritual for me. I don't know about y'all. It was just like, wow, I didn't know I had a blindfold on my face. And it happened really fast, and it was shocking because...
And there was no denying it, right? That's how I felt.
It was weird. It was like, why? I remember being in church feeling weird about things that I had been looking at for years. And it was clearly idolatry. And he just changed something in me, and I just was, so I know, and he did tell me, he showed me that I'm, I heard from Judah, but as far as, I do know that a lot of us are mixed, but I've seen people that look like they half white and half black and still got woken up. So so I don't think, I think we're just we're a remnant, we will probably be some mixed folks, so.
Or I wonder if we'll be judged like the same way they judged us. Because what do they talk about? Like, can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? My phone just went completely black.
Darn it, AI.
They would say, like, you could be an octoroon, and that's like 1/8 black, and you're still considered black, right?
Dang.
So, isn't that what they call them? Octoroons? Like,
that was it's funny you mentioned it because I watched the video about it, but that was during before the Louisiana Purchase, and before that became part of America. They had specific classifications for using DNA and they paperwork to say what rights they could have, and they had. It was like you were half black, if you were a fourth, if you were an eighth, so that was actually the French colony from the Louisiana Purchase that had that whole thing. But that was them. But that's why a lot of the people that were there that were a lot lighter had to change, because once they got bought by the United States, all that went away. It was one drop. It wasn't no you got to have privileges, you got to do all that disappeared. So they couldn't be free. They was gonna be either you was a slave or you went. So then a lot of them lied about who they were. So because they kept trying to mix so that they could get lighter and lighter and pretend, so they wouldn't have to deal with that. So that's
y'all
what
know we got the more dominant gene though. I kind of feel like our genes are more dominant.
Oh, absolutely. Because most of the time, 99% of the time, when like a white person and a black person have a baby, that baby. I'll say 75%. Maybe it's not that high, but the baby usually looks black. Like you can usually identify the black in the baby before you can identify the white in the baby, right?
Well, you can tell that with my daughter.
Yeah.
My genes are very strong in her. Very strong.
Right. Yeah, I think we have.
What I found out? It's even more complicated than that, because when they started doing a lot of more, tests on the different genomes, they found that people from different parts of Africa, the diversity in their genetics was vast, that even though they may look alike, their genetics was like super different compared to somebody. And they didn't realize, they thought it would be a lot closer, but there is way more diverse when the different tribes and different people within Africa than when they went to certain other nations and they saw it was pretty much similar. Even if they came from completely different countries, it was very similar. But when they went to just within Africa, it's highly dense, even when these people may look exactly alike and they're not related at all. So it's interesting. So yeah, it's way more to it than just that. But when it comes to that, only Yahuah's going to tell you. He's going to tell you who you are. So you'll get some information that might, help them come out with a physical marker to help them figure it out. But Yahuah tells you. That's how that goes.
Yeah. I will say this, right? A big part, the thing that bothered me for so long, I think I told you this before, was that I used to do therapy, and my clients, when I was a caseworker, before I was doing therapy, my clients could trace their lineage all the way back, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to, Poland or Ireland or whatever. And it used to make me feel some type of way. It made me feel really sad and angry because I could only trace my lineage to slavery,
Yeah.
And so if you're somebody who can trace your lineage back to slavery, then I think that you would be considered a remnant.
Well, on my father's side, I could only go back to like the 1800s, right? Slavery, right?
Yeah.
But on my mother's side, I was able to go back to the 14th century in Ireland.
Oh.
Okay. So,
But your father,
my mother's grandparents were the children of the master. So,
well, I think you're a Yahudi, Ingrid. So, pretty sure you are.
Oh,
you are.
Even if I'm not, I don't know how he's going to determine that. I would like to think that he's going to employ that same one drop rule. Right?
Yeah.
Because I had to live like one, and my mother lives like one, and she's as black as I am. Yeah. We didn't get the light skin gene, right?
He knew we were going to get mixed up with these
right.
people.
I lived the curses just like everybody else.
Yes, there you go.
The curses is the sign, Ingrid. So that's the thing. Those is the sign. So you already know the answer from that. And it does say that certain sojourners would become would be adopted into whatever tribes they were sojourning with as well.
There you go.
So that's another.
Well, my grandmother, her mother. So my grandmother's mother was full-blood Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
But some people say that they are us as well.
Yeah,
right.
I was thinking that while she was
Erica,
talking.
don't you have that book on black Native Americans? Didn't you mention that book once?
Well, I can't specify which tribe, but that is something that did happen. Where when they came over here, the indigenous people that looked more like the Hebrews that they were bringing on the boats, they decided to take their land and reclassify them as slaves. And the ones that didn't look like the Hebrews that was coming off the boat, they called them the indigenous people. So that's something that did happen. So even though there may be people that, they say they're full-blooded this and full-blooded that, their genetics may still go back to Africa because those people that were over here came from Africa anyway.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. A lot of people who, are really into the indigenous thing. Yeah, they were here before those other people got here for hundreds of years, but they came from somewhere else too.
Right.
And that was Africa.
I will say, before we go off on another tangent, does anybody have anything else to add that from what we were reading before I close out the video?
No, but I am still curious about the gate for the Gentiles. That's not just because of myself. I'm just curious, because that question may come up. You may have to answer that question for a Gentile, right? I mean, where's their gate? And maybe I need to go back. It's probably in chapter 21. I need to break down chapter 21. Huh?
Maybe their gate is with us, wouldn't it? Whatever gate you go through.
Yeah, but aren't there 12 gates? And so, I think, Yannah, you said you were Judah, so that's your gate, right? Maybe I'm something else, right? Mm-hmm. But if you are, just Gentile, not even a drop, where's your gate? You're Gentile, but you're grafted in. Where's your gate?
It would probably be whenever that portion happened where they got, when they went with whoever they went with, like whoever they cleave.
Mm-hmm. Because it said you can't, it said don't boast against the natural branches. And then it says in somewhere else, I don't know if it's Isaiah or Jeremiah, but it says, or Ezekiel, that 10 strangers will grab onto the hem of our garments and ask to come with us. So, I think they just come with us.
Yeah. So that's how I think. This is what I think, but I don't know. This is just my thoughts.
I have no clue, guys.
All the gates are the tribes of Israel. But all the nations will be able, the ones that accept the Torah, that accept Yahusha, that accept the way, that follow, that are true believers, right? They're doing what they're supposed to do, will be able to cleave on to those different tribes. And whichever tribe they're cleaving on to is a tribe they become a part of.
But hold on.
Wait. Yeah, that's what I think.
Also, they're kind of grafted into a tribe.
Yes.
But guys, it says that New Jerusalem's coming down. Does it say that the Gentiles will be in Jerusalem, or is it, because it says maybe I'm messing up the timeline here, but it says how it says everybody has to do, I think it's tabernacles or something, or they won't get rain. I think I'm mixing that up with the
that happened during the kingdom. That was
different time frame. Are they going to be in the kingdom with us, or are they going to be in their own land and we're in Jerusalem? But they do have to serve us, though.
that's separate. Those are like separate things.
Yeah,
like, cause like the kingdom that happens, and then we're talking about coming to tabernacles and stone and so forth.
Yeah,
but this is after all that. This is when Jerusalem comes out of the heavens, and this is then when then the new heavens and earth and all. So this is like way after all that.
That's a very valid question, Ingrid.
But prior to that, that's what it was saying. Like, they cleave on to the people in the tribes, and then they get grafted into those particular tribes. So now they're whatever tribe they're on. That's how I was viewing it.
One twelve.
But like,
sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was gonna say, but prior to that, like during that part that what Yannah was talking about, there's still other nations, but that's before I think even the battle of Gog and Magog and Satan gets come out, because I think that was during the reign, but I have to look back there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yahuah will reveal it all to us.
So Yannah, you said something about like a verse that says that they're going to be slaves or something like that, or servants. Where is that? I've heard like those guys on the street corner talking. They love to throw that.
Yeah, they do like to throw that.
Which, by the way, is so wrong. If you are trying to get somebody to live right, you don't come out telling them, well, you're going to be my slave, right? I mean, no.
Yeah, I don't think
that's not good. That's not good. But it does say if you was like, basically, if you had a slave, then you, like, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you had slaves and you go into slavery, it does say that. But then there's a separate one where I think they refer to talking about that specifically. But me personally, I don't want slavery was terrible. I don't want no parts of that.
Well,
so I don't even know why they like talking about it.
Yeah, but it won't be like that in the kingdom, though. It won't be like that because Yahuah would be in charge. So it won't be like that in the kingdom. We won't do nearly to them what they've done to us. But somebody said that it was going to be the Rev 2:9s that was going to be our slaves.
Can I read it to y'all? I found it.
Yes, please.
Isaiah 60, I think starting at 10, it says, "And the sons of the stranger shall build up your walls, and their king shall minister to you. For in my wrath I think this is it. Let me make sure. Let me keep reading, because maybe I got this wrong. For in my wrath I smote you, but in my favor have I had mercy on you. Therefore your gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring to you the forces of the other nations, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve you shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted." There is a part.
Sounds like it's saying they won't have a gate. They just come through any gate just to come and like give stuff and do what they need to do, kind of thing, to gain our favor.
61:5 says, "And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But you shall be named the priests of Yahuah. Men shall call you the ministers of Eluah. You shall eat the riches of other nations, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves. For your shame you shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be to them. For I, Yahuah, love judgment. I hate robbery for a sending smoke offering." So yeah, that's basically what I got, is they're going to serve us.
So the only thing is, I don't know when that is. What period is this? Like, when is that happening?
I think it's when we go into the land, though. I could be wrong. Yeah,
so what I'm saying, but look further up, like what, like.
So the Ruach Adonai Yahuah is upon me. Oh no, that's wrong. That's not what I needed. Let me keep looking, because I mean, I would say the prophecy. Okay, let's look at Zechariah 8.
I don't think it will be when we're in the wilderness, but I think it will be when Yahusha is here with us, ruling and reigning. So
that's what I was thinking.
When it will be.
Because we got stuff to do in the wilderness, which is to survive and follow Yahuah. But I think they understand that it's not going to be like this no more where they're on top. We're going to be like our ancestors were, on top again. Yahusha is our king, right? But it's not going to be how it is now where they're ruling over us.
Yeah, Yahusha's going to rule the earth. He's going to rule over everything.
For 1,000 years. Yes.
Forever and ever. He's the king over everything. So, yeah. But before he gets here, stuff's gonna start changing like it's already changing.
I think it's 49, Isaiah 49:23.
Okay.
Is it?
Let's go read it.
That says, kings and queens will serve you and care for all your needs. They will bow to the earth before you. Yeah.
So he talking to y'all.
49:23.
So, you know, I know it's kind of weird for us to hear that, and we don't want to be like those people in the camps that's like, oh, you gonna be my slave. But the way I look at it is, we as Yashar'al are supposed to have some, can I say couth? I don't know if couth is the word. We carry ourselves in a certain way. We are a kingdom of holy priests, okay? So we are not here to be looking down on people. Yes, he said that we are a nation above all nations, but we are a peculiar people that he picked out. He chose us to be his people. So we're supposed to follow him. We're supposed to be like Yahusha. And that doesn't mean that you looking down on people. But yeah, it does say that they're gonna serve us.
They use it as as hate, right? Because and we understand, right? They use it as hate because of what we got through
we gonna do that to them.
But it's not gonna be like that in the kingdom. Yahuwah is not gonna allow that to happen. He's a holy, he's not gonna have us beating them and doing what they did to us. Eating so it's gonna be different. Right. Yeah, it's going to be different. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's scripture, and it's in there. You say you need 2 or 3 witnesses. It's in there many times. So I mean, that's just what it is. Yeah.
But slavery, I think, in the Bible is different than what they did to us. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to get one before it's all said and done. I've been trying to get my hands on a slave Bible because I just want to see what they kept in that Bible for us. Right.
What I heard, it was only like 200
they may have to serve us for 7 years, and then they may not. Because remember, in the Bible, they served you for 7 years, and then they let you go. It may be something like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
If you wanted to, because you could stay. You could stay if you like.
Or you could stay. Right.
Because it was like indentured servitude. Like you were supposed to treat them like your brother. You were supposed to treat them well.
He tells you that, yeah. So it's not the same thing. It's how they are acting like barbarians. Sorry.
So it's different. Like what they're talking, like what they're referring to isn't the same. If they're talking about slavery, no, it would be like indentured servitude, and you're supposed to treat them like your brother, like your family. You're supposed to take care of them. So it's like they're basically working for you, but you're like the boss. But
they just serve you. Like if you hire a maid to come into your house and clean your house, you're not going to beat them. Right. They just going to do
like the Jeffersons. Not what they
did to us.
Think about the Jeffersons. What was it? What was Marla's character name on the Jeffersons with Weezy?
Florence.
So he's like Florence in there. Florence is here. She hanging out. She want to stay. She can stay forever. Yeah, you love her. Or the Brady Bunch, whatever. Alice, she like part of the family. Like it would be more that than what some of those camps be talking about.
And let's not forget, y'all, that these are Gentiles who was found worthy to come with us, not just any old Gentile that's out there. Because a lot of the Gentiles are scared of Hebrews because they think that we're gonna try to get revenge on them, for slavery and stuff like that. But this is not just any Gentiles. This is Gentiles who have been following the Torah, following Yahuah, following Yahusha, So that's something really to think about. It's just not any Gentiles, because there's a lot of Gentiles out there.
Now, I will say this, though. Now, as far as the wicked is concerned, I don't know what's going to happen to them. Because if the wicked dealing with the wicked, I don't know. No. I'm saying, like, before, eventually what happens while they alive and on earth, I don't know what's going to happen when the wicked dealing with the wicked. Now, some wicked people do something with some, try to capture some people and do something to them. I don't know. That's a whole different thing. I can't speak on that. I don't know. But that's separate.
How they going to be treating each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do to each other. You see what I'm saying? That's
well,
different.
they're wicked.
Oh,
So
I see what you're saying.
they're gonna be doing wicked things. So, and honestly, they probably during the 1,000-year reign, isn't that when Satan is put away? They probably all going to be trying to survive so bad, so hard. It's probably going to be hard for them to survive. They're going to be trying to live day to day. You know, like it's not going to be like how the world is right now, where you can just get things and.
Yeah, I mean, like before he gets locked up, I'm like in the in between time when you know the beast and all that's going on. Like I don't know what the wicked gonna be doing to the wicked, but it probably ain't gonna be good.
Well, if you take all of us out of the U.S., I mean, let's say you take all of us out of the earth, right? I mean, they were fighting each other before, right? What nations fighting nations before we got over here?
Which is basically what's about to happen.
They're the They act like barbarians, and they that's just how
but Yahuah go back to fighting each other.
Yeah, Yahuah tells us, and y'all know Yahuah with us. That's why our people starting to love each other. Y'all notice that? So
and that's why you starting to see these other. You're right, and that's why you're starting to see those other nations start to go against each other now. As you can kind of see, they. You know, kind of acting like how they used to act back in, you know, the olden days toward each other. Trying to take over this person's land, take over that person's land, saying they are part of this and that. You know, they being a little aggressive toward each other now.
Exactly. So I noticed that maybe some months back, almost a year ago, how our people are literally like just starting to really love each other, you know? And it's only because Yahuah is causing us to be this way. You know,
well, it's kind of like what they're saying now. Like, even though a lot of our people are still asleep, they're kind of saying behind the scenes how we stop going out for other nations. We're just kind of taking care of our own right now and loving ourselves and kind of sitting back, not protesting in the streets and all that kind of stuff. That's what they're saying. That's kind of like, Yahuah is kind of like waking everybody up, but not, you know, in a different way. But
we don't have to be like them. Nor should we be like them. We don't want to be like them.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like he's healing us everywhere we are. So we're starting to treat each other better, love each other, and understanding that, you know, he's showing us what these other places and other people have been doing and been, you know, had ideals about us the whole time. So for the ones that really looked at them a certain type of way, they can see what they really about and realize you need to come back to your people, man. What you doing all that over there for?
I think Ezra shared Ezra shared something. It was a scripture in there, and I never even thought about this scripture, but it was basically saying like don't love another nation or something over your own, or another. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about, Ezra, but it's in the word. I can't remember where it is. But it's like,
it is?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. And it's like, you know how you read the word, you read the Bible for so long, but then different verses will pop out at you, or then you be like, dang, I never even thought about that. But he tells you to love your brother as you love yourself. So we can't sit up here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it was
because somebody was saying how it says love your neighbor, and then this guy was saying, well, who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is somebody that's in the same walk. Your neighbor is not just some Tom, you know, across the street, right? So
exactly. But we're not supposed to be chasing after these nations. You know, we don't have to be. We don't have to. We shouldn't. We have a culture and a heritage, and that is in this book here. You know, he gives us instruction, and this is our culture. You know, I get it. People, you know, we came into captivity and we made up a culture, but it's like some of it is a degenerate culture that we should not participate in. The covenant is our culture. Yahuah is our inheritance. So that is what it is.
Definitely. Loving Yahuah and loving each other is our culture.
Yes. And we, even before we woke up, we all was really kind of like, I mean, black people in general, we were kind of like that anyway. We were very spiritual, and everybody would be like, oh, black people are, well, no, the people who hated us didn't say this, but a lot of people you would hear say like that, you know, we would help you. Like, you know, we would always help people because that's just how he made us, you know? So
very accommodating, very accepting, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, it's because you know, that's just inherently how we've been. The problem was we had gotten away from doing that with each other and following
right.
Yes.
And and we got so accepting of everybody but each other.
Okay, that's all we have for you guys today. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you would like to join our community, then send me an email at Yannah of Yasharal@gmail.com. Well, have an amazing, blessed day. Shalom, guys.